What is going on, folk? It's NimbleThor here, and today we're gonna go from one Noodlecake Studio published title, Altos Odyssey, which I covered last week here on the channel, to another one called Dizzy Knight, which is still unreleased, by the way, although we actually first started hearing about this game all the way back in 2015, so it has definitely been underway for a very, very long time at this point. But at least the developers have continued working on it, they've continued refining it, and improving it over the years, which is something many other developers could learn something from, because we sadly see a lot of abandoned, especially indie games, on mobile. Understandably so, I guess, because most games sadly don't earn enough for it to make financially sense to continue developing them. In many cases, the indie developers don't even have a choice to continue, because if they don't generate enough money, they'll have to go get a job, and thus they'll never finish the games. But at least this one has been developed for a very, very long time, and I'm looking forward to the full release. So far, it's unreleased, which means it's available in some countries on Android, I think most countries actually, and then on iOS, it should be coming out later, very soon. So, Dizzy Knight is this adventure game where we spin around automatically and then we swipe anywhere on the screen, really. Think of it sort of a joystick setup where we can, well, the joystick is everywhere on the screen. We can just swipe anywhere on the screen. We tap the screen, hold down our finger, and then sort of just move in the direction we want to move our knight in. But our knight spins automatically, and we have to hit these enemies without them hitting us. So obviously, if we hit an enemy where the sword is in the opposite direction, then we're gonna take damage, such as we did right there. But if we hit the enemies with the sword first, we're gonna destroy them first. And these enemies here only have 1 HP, so they're pretty easy to take out. It's not really a big issue right now. But later on, we are gonna meet bosses, really awesome bosses, really big bosses, by the way. And we're also gonna meet other types of enemies with more HP, such as this one, which we have to hit, I think, 3 times at this point. Obviously, we can also upgrade our damage, we can upgrade our armor, all that good stuff. And we can do that, for example, by hitting this guy over here without dying. Come on, to open up the shop. Yes, there we go. So this is the shop. We have 1,290 gold that we've picked up from killing monsters so far. And we can spend that on buying a health potion, a health heart. So it fills up 1 heart of health to get you back in action. Applied immediately. And then I guess we have to complete more quests to unlock these other parts, which is the teleport ability, Woodman's Axe, and Mayhem Potion, which I'm really looking forward to. As you guys can see right here as well, by the way, we can pay to get coins, or we can watch an ad to get 300 coins immediately as well. I think so far, I'm just gonna buy this potion here that's gonna cost us 500, because that one is gonna give us full HP when we need it, so we're gonna have to use that one when we're down to 1 HP, really, to get the full advantage out of it. We also have some special abilities that we can use in the bottom right corner. You guys can see it down there. It's only 1 ability, really, right now, and that's sort of the lightning, whatever. I think it's a lightning, the lightning bolt we can strike, which, so far, it seems that bolt just strikes in any random direction, but it can be pretty nice if we're surrounded by enemies to just use that to take them down pretty fast. We have the potion down in the bottom left corner, as you guys can see right now. So we are level 6 right now, and we're starting to see some of the more advanced enemies. Oh, would you look at that guy. That kind of sprint forward very, very quickly. We have to avoid those later on. There will also be ranged enemies, which are even more difficult, by the way. I'm really liking the overall gameplay of this game, although I will say the controls, even though they're so simple, we can just swipe anywhere on the screen, they don't feel that nice right now. I don't know, it's hard to really pinpoint what exactly it is that doesn't really work out. There's just something about it that sometimes when I swipe, my character doesn't really move, and I'm really unsure why that is. It seems like something that should be pretty easily fixed, because I've never seen it in any other mobile game, so I don't know exactly what's going on here. I even saw it on some of the examples where the developers showed off this game live at conferences. When I researched this game, I saw that there, the same thing happening. They swipe their fingers across the screen and nothing really happens. So I'm not sure why that happens. If that happens for you guys as well, do let me know down in the comment section down below. And of course, if you want to check out the game, I've left the download links, as I always do, in the description box. So you can go download it right now, and then of course return to this video as we're gonna wrap up later on. I do want to attempt to get to the boss though. We're getting pretty close. If the bar at the top of the screen is an indication to go by. Oh, would you look at that. So we're getting very, very close to the boss now. I think it's a matter of killing enough enemies and then the boss will appear. Let's use another HP potion there to get full. Oh, and then there was an HP health potion bar thingy on the ground that we could have just picked up. So we kind of wasted a bit of our health potion there. There's another health potion drop though. That is nice. I didn't know that you could actually pick them up instead of buying them. Although I suppose that's actually right. We had 2 potions before, now that I think about it. Instead of just 1 potion. Okay, so pretty close, I think, to the boss now. Hey, this is the boss, guys. Yes, a challenger approaches. I love it. Oh, would you look at the slime though? That is a big one. This entire game, by the way, has a pretty neat art style. It's sort of a Legend of Zelda-esque feel, I would say. I think that's how the developers pitches it themselves as well. By the way, oh, we couldn't get out of there. I was trying to get out of there, but as I said, like the controls didn't really work out, so we couldn't move for some odd reason. I'm really curious if I'm just doing something wrong or if it is really just the controls that aren't that great at this point. I have defeated this boss once though, so we should be able to do it again. And so we don't really have any way to see the HP, I think. That's something that I feel could be added, but maybe it's part of the adventure that you don't really know exactly how much HP the opponent has, so you just kind of have to keep spinning until you've defeated it completely, and you don't really know when that is. So that's some excitement to the game. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the bosses later on as well and unlocking some of the other special abilities. Right now we only have one special ability, which is this lightning attack there, but we have more that we can unlock once we get back to the menu, once we level up enough. So far, as you guys can see, we are level 11. I think we started at level 9, so we're leveling up pretty quickly. And this boss here, I do imagine we only need to hit it once or twice more actually to have defeated it. Yes, there we go, and we got a chest. Let's see what's in that chest. Hope for something awesome, guys. There's just health. Just health, I guess. But we completed a quest at the very least. So, like, collect 2 hearts, whatever that was. And now we're teleported to the next world area. This is the Twisty Town. That is so awesome. And that is how we continue moving on through these levels here. Really loving the game and loving the fact that we sort of just see how far we can go. It's sort of a bit of an endless game. We see how far we can get, and then we die eventually, and then we start over again. But this time we are a higher level, so we will have unlocked new sort of abilities, hopefully at least. And I don't know, later on there might be some items that we can buy that will kind of transcend across different deaths. So like even when you die, you're gonna start with that same thing again. So that's a really awesome gameplay mechanic, and I'm really liking that. Guys, what do you think about this game? Do let me know down in the comment section down below. Do you want to check it out for yourself? Are you excited for this game's full release, or isn't it really your type of thing? Do let me know down there. But now for the fact of the day, as we see just how far we can survive here before dying. I'm just frantically looking for an HP potion somewhere. But the fact of the day is that Pokemon Quest, which I covered on the channel when it released, I think like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago probably, has now generated $8 million in revenue on mobile alone. It's also out on Nintendo Switch, so that's why I'm saying on mobile alone. It has generated $8 million US. Right now, though, it's only earning $30,000 US per day. So if you do the math on that, that's actually a pretty steep decline in the amount of revenue generated per day. I think in the first days they generated over $300,000 US per day, and now it's down to 35 or $30,000 US, which is quite a significant slowdown. And I think it does indicate that players are kind of getting a bit bored with the game. They're waiting for new content, hopefully, to be added to the game. And I experienced the same thing. I really liked the game actually overall. Liked it as sort of a casual game that I could just check in on every once in a while. So it's a bit of an idle game actually. Sort of a weird idle Pokemon game. But I really liked it, but eventually I did get a bit bored with it, I gotta admit, because there was no new content added to the game. Although it is also only about 1 month old. But I still think that's what happens. People got bored with it, so now it's only generating $30,000 US per day. So guys, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of this video. I really hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to share it with some of your friends. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.